I'm fine, and you?
Really, really good. I was actually just finishing to read this novel, the English novel, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
read it?
yeah, I read it for English class.
Yeah. I was like thinking, it doesn't mind if we talk about the novel.
No.
I was just like really uh, frustrated how racism is like really a big issue on this era, like in the 1960s.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was thinking it was really unfair to Tom, to Robinson. Like it wasn't well judged. It,
Yeah.
like there were proof where he was innocent, and I think he was. I don't know. It was unfair how he was.
Judge.
Yeah, judged.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what would happen if the same case, the exactly same case, would happen like nowadays, like in the actual society?
Like
What would it
in
happen? What do you think?
like right now in 2018.
Yeah, yeah, like
Like
right now.
like I don't know. For me, it will be very different because now a lot of people have cameras in their homes. Um, Now it's DNA test, so it's a really good advantage. But in the 1960s, nothing of these
Yeah, no,
things
nothing of those things were
exist.
available for like to prove
Yeah,
whether a suspect was guilty or not. And I find that really great from now. Like it's really great from our technology and all that stuff because it can help to release people who are not guilty, like in the case of Tom. Uh,
yeah, but in the
I,
case of Tom, you have to remember that in the book says that the jury and the judges and everyone that was in that room was white people and he was black.
yeah,
That is a
yeah, yeah.
really big problem.
I think that I if I would change something in this story, I would add more black people because
Yeah, me too.
even though they were black people on the jury and well outside in the town, they were a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Their opinion and their voice wasn't like really
Listening.
important, and I think I would change that because although it will change a lot what the all the novel is about, I think it will be seen like in a more fair way.
Yeah.
And
Well, like in that decade, like the racism was so normal.
yeah, even and also I remember Atticus. He was really judged because did you remember he was the lawyer of Robinson?
Yeah, and even like the bullying that his kids receive for
Yeah,
like your dad is defending a black man.
yeah, and also in their school they were told like he's he's Atticus' son, the one who is the lawyer of the black men. They didn't even say like Tom Robinson is the black
The
man
black man. Yeah.
who were yeah who took advantage of this girl that I really don't like, Magella.
I
um,
hate that. Oh my god. I hate that
yeah,
character.
and I think like
Her
she's
and
really a bad girl, like a bad human being
yeah,
because
like
she knew it wasn't Robinson, and Robinson was a good guy, a very very, very person who
Hardworking.
works a lot. He he really sacrificed every day to um, gain some money and try to survive because at the era where that decade, it was really like kind of a thing of surviving because they were treated like animals. Black people, I mean, they were treated
Yeah,
like
no,
animals.
I understand your contents.
Yeah, and one, well, that's kind of one of the things, but I will also say that when I'm reading, I like to relate some to try to see if I don't know some content there or some character I can relate with, and I will
Yeah, I hope so.
definitely relate with Jen because he reminds me of all the tricky stuff and when you do when you're did you do as a kid. I remember like knocking at the door of my one of my neighbors, and she was really, really well, not really old, but she was
Old enough?
yeah old enough to be really uh, I don't know. She was kind of mad all the time
Yeah,
in
I
a bad mood.
imagine that she was pissed off all the time.
Yeah, she was like kind of pissed off, and it was funnier because if she's pissed off, I don't know. As a kid, it makes you want to do it more.
Yeah.
And I remember knocking at the door, and she was kind of like waiting for us to do it, and we would just run just to bother her. And I can relate it to Mrs. Bowles, who was really old and racist, but um, at the end she was really like good, but at the same time, I don't know, the story turns your mind all the time, and I can relate to Jim
Yeah.
because of what he did as a kid, like how he played, and when he went to uh, the Radleys where Boo supposed to live,
Oh,
and he left his pants
yeah.
once it happened to me. So that's like kind of a thing I relate. Did you relate to someone?
Yeah, definitely. I related with this girl. I always forget his
Ah,
name.
Scout.
Scout.
Yeah,
Because
Scout.
like
Jean Louis.
Jean Louis, yeah. Because like she was really but really tomboy. And that's funny because when I was a kid, I was really tomboy. I was
Yeah.
playing, yeah, doesn't look like, but I do. I was playing always with dirt, with little cars and tractors and all that kind of stuff. And all the people was like, okay, she's not that girly, but okay.
Yeah, but nowadays it is seen like more. It is more normal to see a girl not playing with dolls
Yeah,
and doing all those kind of men stuff.
yeah,
But at the time, she was pretty judged and
yeah.
tried to be more girly.
Yeah, even one part on the reading,
Yeah,
like this is this part that literally she was like, you have to put a dress on to go to the church because you have to, like, you don't have an option. And like, I don't know, I feel so bad because I really can relate it to that. Because if you don't want to wear a dress, you don't have to. But in that time, like a lot of
it
people,
wasn't like an option.
yeah, like a lot of people will think that it's will like really, really weird because any of the girls in that time uses like pants because that is not like allowed in that time. So I don't know.
Yeah, and all the girls have to look pretty and smell good and always like so neat and
Yeah, and so
and
girly and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah, and don't behave well and don't say bad words and all this kind of
yeah,
stuff that it's ridiculous. But yeah, and I was also wondering what would happen if their mother didn't die, wouldn't die. So would it be different? I think that maybe um, they, of course, wouldn't need the waitress that cleans their house and helps in the
yeah,
house
cow.
because at the time there wasn't always where it, there was racism, but there was also a lot more of chauvinism. So probably their mom would be in the house cooking and
Yeah,
I don't
like
know,
the
clean the
housewife.
house. So I think it might do like kind of a change because it is always difficult when you don't have a parent. And I think I would add to the story their mom.
Yeah,
Would you add someone to the story? Like, would you love or like to?
yeah, like, well, that it's a great idea to like add the actual mother of them, and that's something that I can relate to it because like my father is gone a lot of time ago, so I definitely thought like sometime in my life that will be different if he will still here, if I make sense of that. So I think that the life or their like the kids will be different if like the mom will be like still there with them. But like I don't know, like for me I just like thinking about how unfair was treated um, Mr. Robinson, you know,
Yeah,
like
completely.
he was like judged as guilty when he was not, and he's scared and all this like all these emotions, so he tried to escape of prison, and later on
He was
like
killed.
he was
Yeah, he
killed
was
by the
murdered.
police. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's like a really awful ending, really shocking. But
yeah,
at the time, it was always like a possibility. But I just want to know, like, what would you change or add if you would add a new character to the story? What would it be?
like in that scenario definitely will be like more um black people that could defend Mr. Robinson, because like all the people that was in that room that day was racist, was white, and they don't look like Mr. Robinson as a person. Like it was more like an animal, like a thing.
Yeah, like not human.
Yeah, like a monster, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't know. That's really unfair because at the end of the day, Atticus was defending other human,
yeah,
and
and it's
he
and
was an innocent.
he he was also right. Like he was defending the right side of the story,
Yeah,
and I think um, it is really awful because that kind of stuff really happened in the past, and maybe it still happens now.
no, like it
We,
it still happens now.
yeah, I think the way you judge a person has changed. Thus, the way we see people, it's it needs to change a little bit more and progress. There's still racism right now, but I just want to thank you having this nice talk.
Yeah,
So
thanks to you.
hope you enjoyed the book. Thanks.